Oh my goodness. What's going on, Chris? I just woke up from I have a cold nap. Ugh. It's that season. Is it your kids just passing it back and forth? That's what happens here. Hello, 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 hello. Okay, I think the audio sounds good. Oh, well, I guess it looks okay. I just peed and my tummy doesn't hurt me. Actually, you know what? That is actually my number one suggestion. If anyone, when my daughter tells me, like, oh, my tummy hurts, I'm like, okay, either throw up or shit. If it works for me, it's going to work for you. I promise. That's my suggestion to anybody. If you're an adult and you don't know that yet, if your stomach hurts, just take a shit. You will feel 10 times better. Trying to adjust everything, y'all. Good word is that? What are you guys doing tonight? I just I'm trying to do more live streams just throughout the week. I think I don't know yet. Sometimes I just feel like hanging out with people, and sometimes I can't leave the house. And this is actually the best way to do it. It's like COVID all over again. What's going on, Shawn? Welcome to the stream. You just hanging? What's going on, Daniel? Yes, Happy New Year's. That's right. Happy New Year's to everybody, man. I can't believe it. 2024 is here. It just doesn't seem like that the year even went by. Like, we did so much stuff this year. I am amazed that 2024 is here. And I feel like I'm not ready. We didn't get enough done last year. So I don't know. For whatever reason, it cut off on the on Streamlabs. Grant, I thought it said watching JoJo's Bizarre Adventure when you're watching John Wick. Dude, I think I've only seen one John Wick, and it was wherever it is there in the hotel. I think it's number three. I think. I don't even remember. Stephen Y, Happy New Year. Man, Happy New Year, bro. Thank you so much for stopping by the stream. It's just probably gonna be for a little bit, just hanging out. I wanna try and do more live streams just in general because I get asked a lot of questions, and I'm hoping that sometimes the people who ask said questions actually show up. I've been wanting to do a whole section, like a whole series about comments, because I'm getting to the point where I actually cannot answer every comment anymore. Because like sometimes like comments will come in and it won't even tell me that I got comments on a video. And so I'll just miss the comments altogether. And so sometimes people have been saying like, "Oh, well you didn't respond to my thing." I'm like, "I didn't I didn't even see it." Subtraining Guitar Tech, what's going on, man? Been driving a 2007 Prezzo 2.5i since 2010. If I get a 2024 VB, is a power increase going to keep me satisfied enough to? Yeah, probably. How much power does your 2.5 make right now? Is it modded? Because if it is, I doubt that you're making over 300 on that. And with just an intake and a tune, you can make like 340 on the VB. And if you get an ethanol tune, you can make like 360 just on an intake and a tune. So like there's a lot of room to play with that. 173. Oh, bro. Get a VB, get an intake, probably like the Burger Motorsport one, or just ETS, or actually even the AEM one apparently is really good according to Graham. And you'll make over 350 horsepower with like an ethanol blend. And if you don't, you can still make like 330, 340 with 93 if you have it, and that is way more than 173. I think you will be just fine. Yes, Grant, that black hash, that's great. He says EJ gang, you know, okay. Not a lot of people know this, but so I talked to Tanner a lot over at Smedia, and I keep trying to get him to stick with the VB, and he keeps trying to tell me to go buy an STI. And to be honest, he did eventually get a VB, so he held up his end of the bargain. I think I am going to try to buy a busted ass WX or STI and build it. It is going to be the worst build series on YouTube, beginning to end. But I don't know. I don't know if that's going to happen this year or middle of this year. It definitely is not happening right now. The earliest I could see myself doing that is probably like end of this year. And yeah, dude, Grant, you are definitely going to be coming to help. You are going to be you will be the Matt to my Tanner. So you're definitely going to come and help me with that shit if I decide to do it. I know, but see, the idea, Chris, is he said just go get a piece of shit that's completely busted, it's empty, and do what you want to do with it from scratch. And I was like, bro, that's a lot of money. I can't, I don't know how the hell I'm gonna do it, but I think I want to do it. The VB is amazing and I love it, but until we get like more stuff for it, and he's right, until we get like port injection and like more fueling stuff, there's a limit to what pretty much anybody can do. And us regular people, it's gonna be full bolt on. And I basically am, minus like a turbo, and Joey's doing that. Joey Montalto's throwing the turbo in there, and that's awesome. But like once you do it, I guess you can chill with 93, maybe make like 450. I don't even know. I hope his shit doesn't blow up, but we're just gonna have to wait and see. Yeah, either 100%. Well, I think the idea is I've never built the car, right? I've never built a car. I've never built an engine. I've never built anything other than computers. What I want to do is I think I want to build a car. And obviously, if I build one, it's going to be a Subaru of some kind. Realistically, what I would love to do, I want an old Baja, and I want to turbo it, and I want to 6-speed swap it. That's what I want to do. I want a Baja. That's what I want. So if I can make that happen somehow, that is the direction I'm going to go. A busted ass old Baja, and just try to make it something interesting, something like metal as hell. Subtraining guitar things. My brother both have STIs, and they have spent more time taking them apart than on the road. And that's what everybody says, right? That is what everybody tells me. Like, and it's fun. It's fun to build and do, but I've never done it. A GC8, dude. Any of these cars would be fun to do. A GCA would be amazing, but like I would want it to be like a busted car that I don't feel bad for messing up, because like I said, whatever I'm gonna do in this, it's gonna be like basically learning for the first time. Like bolting parts on cars is so much different than actually building them. And if I go that route, then I'm going to need a lot of help. And trust me, I'm going to put it on YouTube, and it's going to be the world's shittiest car build. Let me catch up here. I cannot say that name. Pipe 2.0. I sold my 2011 Impreza, and I regret selling that car, and I put so much into it. It was just yeah, that's what a lot of people do, sell their cars, and then they always say like, oh man, I wish I didn't sell it. But yeah, if I sold my VB right now, and whatever I got after it, no matter how much I loved it, I will say every day like, oh, I miss my VB or whatever. I have a built 11. Yeah, maintenance. Any car, right? Maintenance is key no matter what, right? The cool EJ251 that came with them was god awful. Was that in the Baja? They made a Baja XT already turboed. Did they? Because I thought there was a Baja and then there was a supercharged Baja. I don't remember it being turboed. What's going on, Brad? Welcome to the stream. Brad, you and I were gonna hang out real soon. That's gonna be fun. I'm really looking forward to that. Like I says, I was a Japanese car only. The Baja XT was. You know what? Let's look it up. Let's look it up right now. Let me bring. Okay, we're gonna find out. Go over there. Baja, yeah, the Forester XT is turbo. So let's see. Baja, Subaru Baja models. Let's find out exactly what we got. Is this showing? Yeah, it's showing. Okay, so Baja. Market sales. Let's see. Here we go. 2004. So 2003 was launched, which is a sport model. 2004 introduced a 2.5 liter turbocharged, making 210 horsepower. This model featured sport shift automatic. Ooh, automatic only? That's weird. 2004 turbocharged Baja. This is for Subaru Baja Wow. Dyslexic much? Turbo. Okay, all right. There it is. 2004 Turbo Baja. Engine, the detuned version of the motor in the Impreza X and a 5-speed manual. Oh, it does come with a 5-speed manual. And that little Forester, blah blah blah. Okay, we're talking about Baja. 30. What? A Baja was 3,700 pounds? What, dude? That is surprise. I didn't think it was gonna be that heavy. I thought it was gonna be pretty light. Subaru expects to offer a 5-speed manual in the Baja Turbo, dude. That they already did it. Dude, 0 to 60, 7.5 seconds. Damn. I gotta go and find out what it was. Does it say? Okay, 2004 Subaru Baja engine. The 2.5. What was it? Why did the Subaru Baja fail? It failed because people, man. I don't understand how people could not like that. It was such a cool car. Here we go. Let me catch up. Taxi Owns says building an STI is way too much money. Get a Honda. Okay, all right. So if the problem is I am not heavy metal Honda or heavy metal Civic. However, if I did build a car, it would be this. Oh my God, I cannot type. This is what I would build. I have loved this car my whole life, ever since I first saw it. This is a 2004 2005 Civic Si, and I used to sell these cars way back in the day. I used to I was a salesperson for Honda, so we had a Honda dealership, and our sister dealerships were a Mitsubishi and a Subaru dealership. So every day we used to go to lunch, and it'd be an STI, a S2000, and an Evo MR, or like some sort of Evo. But then when these cars came out, this was so much fun to drive. And if I ever got a car that I didn't really have to build, it's going to be this one. I would pick this over an S2000. Yes, I am that guy. Black is a cool, but they came with DJ251. Oh, hold on, let me catch up. VB Brian, what's going on, man? Thank you for stopping by the stream. Nomato say about to pull the trigger on ETS intake and OTS tune. How important do you think the catch cans are? I mean, it's really important if you're going to just like drive the car a lot. Most people will say get it no matter what, but I mean, get it if you're going to drive a lot. Like, you're going to put a lot of miles on the car and you're going to put a lot of stress on that engine. Just get it. We're actually going to be going to, actually tomorrow morning, I am going to go see Jordan. And if you guys don't remember, we installed the Killer Bee catch cans system on his car, and he's up to his oil change. So we're doing an oil change tomorrow, and we're going to open the catch cans and see exactly how much oil is inside the catch cans. So we'll actually be able to find out how important it is, because Jordan, he drives this car a lot as well. I'd say probably as much as I do. So the car is getting wear. It is now, it is, spoiler, it's actually tuned. Jordan actually finally got his car tuned. So he's making some good power now. My face back. On here, catch. There is a difference between a 2017 and under STI and a 2018 and above. Yeah. Wait, is it the 18 or was it the 19 when they started putting the RA block? See, now you guys got me Googling all kinds of stuff. Let me see. STA RA block year. It came 2018. Wait, no, hold up. Type RA of 20, and he has all, they type RA from 20. Okay, so it's 19 and above. It was not 2018. It's 2019 and above. STIs have the type RA block. So, just so you know. Look up Baja from Hell. Oh, boy. Let's see. From Hell. Subaru Baja from Hell. Oh, boy. Let's see. Okay, hold on. Let me share this with everybody. Share this with everybody. Okay, so here's the Baja from Hell. What was in it? Luke's warm Outback pickup thing that they call Baja belongs to my friend. Blah, 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 blah. What did he do to it? Fury comes from the Baja's turbocharged 4.5. So it's an STI. Making 470. Yeah, okay. That's $375 to the wheels. I mean, that's basically my car. That's basically my car, but also a lot lighter because this thing still weighs 3,700 pounds. So imagine what that feels like, unless he did a lot of weight reduction, which, judging by the front of this car, does not look like it's weight reduction. Oh my God, these pictures are on Flickr. What is that? Is that like a meth kit? What is that? Let's see. Does he have any? I don't know if you guys can hear that. Your boy Rob. It would still be a lot of fun to have a Baja, just because it's a Baja. You don't see a lot of Bajas, period. This thing makes 375 to the wheel. That's a lot of power. Oh, dude, look at that. That's pretty amazing. Here, I'm gonna throw this link in the chat if you guys want to see. If you guys want to see this, that's pretty amazing. Build a BRZ to see if everybody complaining about the oh, dude, a BRZ would be amazing, but I don't know if I would build an old BRZ. I really like the new BRZ, but if I get a new one, I don't know if I would actually build it. I think I would just leave it the way that it is because it's just such a good looking car. S2000 is really sexy, but the price on an S2000 is ridiculously stupid. My brother-in-law has been blessed. He's really smart. You know, he makes a lot of money, and you know, I'm happy for him. He gets to buy pretty much whatever car he wants to buy, and then he flips it. I think for like the last 15 years, he's owned like 30 some cars, and he's owned like some of the coolest cars, multiple Corvettes, multiple Vipers. He recently had CTS Blackwing something. He had like a G-Wagon, like everything. One of the cars that he had was an S2000. And to this day, both of us miss that car. It was such a good car. It was such a fun car to drive, dude. It was so much. It's Honda. It's just Honda. You say it's S2000, but really, you know, Honda is like synonymous with, you know, just people carriers and chill cars. But like Honda built some bangers. And their manual transmissions, regardless of what car they are in, are some of, if not the best, in my opinion, the best manual shifters I have ever driven in my life, ever. They were just so good. Black Hatch ICS is great. Is it going to handle power just because they're a WX? We want an SCI? Yeah. Which I'm going to get mine. Reefy BMX, man. What's going on? Welcome to the stream. And yes, VB, Brian, Jordan, finally. I gave him my, I had my old Burger Motorsport intake, so he bought that for me. I actually held on to it just for him for when he was going to get tuned. And he got a D-Man tune. He just finished up tuning yesterday, and he loves the car. He is like already in love with it. Grant, that Baja was 375 to the wheel. It was 470 to the crank. Yeah, dude. 2008, I think something about that generation. It's so funny because like in 2013, I almost bought a 2012 hatchback STI like when it was current, and it was only going to cost me like 19,000 used. Like it had a lot of miles on it. I think it had like maybe 50,000 miles on it, but it was going to be like 19,000. And unfortunately at that time, I could not afford that car payment, so I ended up buying a GTI, which was only like 10,000, which was considerably more in my price range. Yeah, 370. We had a BRZ coming to the dealership, 29 miles blown up. I wonder how though, right? If he was actually going to that track and that whole thing with the oil pickup and all that shit, it has been a problem with them. Inline to Ice, man, what's going on? Good evening. Welcome to the stream. I appreciate you stopping by. Hatchbacks are... Okay, let's talk about this. Let's talk about hatchbacks. I want to bring up all of the hatchbacks. Where are they? Where are you guys at? Desktop face. Let's see. So, Subaru WRX hatchbacks. I want to talk about all of them because There's nobody likes the narrow body. Okay, then we got where. Okay, I want to see the rears actually. How many? You know what? Let's do the Rex Bug Eye hatch rear. Oh goodness, the hell is that all about? All right, the rest. C8 hatch rear. How would I do that? That would just be like 1999 WX hatch rear. Let's talk about these hatches. Oh man, that what? There we go. So we got a couple here. What other year hatch? These are like really shitty pictures. They're on Fitbit Industries. That's why they're just so shit. Okay, and then I want to do 2022 WX hatch rear. Let's talk about this. Is actually like a full on game. We should talk about this because look at all these hatches. Okay, these pictures are terrible. Oh come on. There we go. All right, that's good. Oh god. Where the hell is the picture? Oh boy. We'll just leave it at that. It doesn't matter. Quality doesn't matter. Okay, so here we go. What the hell is this? All right, so here's some hatches. Which hatch do you guys like the most? Right? This is, I'd say, let me put it by year. So, like, I think this looks fantastic. Okay, the new Impreza RS. Okay, let me bring that up. 2024 Impreza RS rear. That whole car looks amazing. I think it's such a good looking car. And if I have to pick, yeah, dude, that actually looks really good. If I have to pick this shape over this looks good too. I don't know, man. The more I look at it, the more it looks like it's too tall. I joined in, had my old car. I had a 2004 SI. Oh yeah. This? Are you talking about the Edward Moore? Are you talking about the Civic? Man, I love that car. Let me bring this up. Okay, so JM Trio, what's going on, man? Hatchbacks are a love-hate for me. Yeah, man. Anytime I see like a shitty old hatch Subaru, like WX driving down the road, I stare at it. And usually what's funny, it's like somebody's grandpa driving it. Okay, so this, let me see if I can get a better picture of this. Okie dokie, that's kind of, okay, I'll take that. All right, let me get a better picture of this. Is this also a Fitment Industry? Oh, yeah, that was here. Let me get a better picture. Hatch. Oh, dude, that is what I want. I want a bug eye hatch. Ugh. Oh, it's terrible. Find a picture. Where the hell is this picture at, man? I think it's just gone. Yeah. Trying to find a picture of this. A good picture of this hatch. I guess that's good enough. Oh, there we go. There we go. All right. Which hatch do you guys like the most? Because it's, oh my god, look at all. You know what? It's so fucking rusted as hell. I'll still take it. Yeah, stance out cars. I understand why people do it, but I would appreciate it if people would leave the stancing to the shitty cars that already don't drive well. Because then they don't lose that drivability. But like every time I see a stanced out WRX or STI, it just kills me because at least those cars are a lot of fun to drive. And these they're not good. Okay, so here, what is everyone's favorite hatch, right? We have a lot to pick from. Like these models are different. I wonder if I can get a narrow body one because that's the wide body hatch. Good luck with the bug hatch. Either ran to shit or want too much money. Yeah, that's the problem. That's what I was told because I wanted a bug eye or a blob eye. And the problem with those is exactly what you said, Inline. The ones that you find, they're not going to be clean. They're going to be shit. Or they're going to be already modified. So that's why the suggestion that I was told was just get something shitty and don't worry about what's inside. Just, if anything, just get it blown. Get it super cheap, completely blown, and do it from scratch. But like, I don't even know where I would begin, right? Yeah. It is, dude. This is what I wanted to buy. It was like I feel like it's the perfect combination of the two. What's the best STI to buy? I'm looking to buy one. I'm trading in my Infiniti G30. Bro. I mean, if you can afford it, S209. I mean, if you want to talk about best STI to buy, it's going to be an S209. Weird tall metal fence, man. We're just looking at hatchbacks. We're actually just looking at the back of hatchbacks and what everybody likes. Because everybody always talks about, oh, we love Subaru hatchbacks. We love, like WRX hatchbacks, STI hatchbacks. Well, which one do you like? Because the Subaru has said multiple times, nobody's buying, or rather, their words were, not enough people in America are buying a hatchback. And I would agree with that because majority of Americans want crossovers and SUVs. But see, then it's like weird because we already have an Impreza. I mean, pretty much everything else, almost everything else in the Subaru lineup has a hatch of some kind, except the WRX and the Legacy, which is apparently getting a refresh. I wonder what the hell that's going to look like. So I guess from their perspective is like, why build another hatch when the people that want the hatches want it for practicality? They probably want a slightly bigger car anyway. They're just going to go get an Outback or a Crosstrek. Or at least the Crosstrek was a good option when the Crosstrek was like, at least I think it came with like a 6-speed, but now we don't even get that anymore. But Grant, an S209, that's the problem. It is so, I think it's even more expensive than that. I think it's like, let's see, STI S209 prices. I think now it's like 70,000. 63. That's 63 brand new. Let's see if anybody's selling. Yeah, look at that. 73 for 4,000 miles. 84 with 1,000 miles. 75, 84. I mean, goodness. Is it worth it to buy like? It probably is. It probably is. We were actually, so I don't know if you guys watched this, but I don't even know if you guys know. So IAG has a guy named Eric Dewey DeWitt, and I don't exactly know what he does at IAG. He does IAG stuff, whatever. But he's also an exceptional race car driver. He has an amazing, amazing race car. Let me see if I can pull it up. His race car is called Boogie. He actually does a podcast every Thursday at 3 p.m., and it's actually a really good podcast. He does it on his Discord server, where then he records it and he posts it. So I usually will hop in and listen to it live. And most of the time, I'd say pretty much every time so far I've come in, it's been really good conversation. And he was talking about, it was him and his friend were talking about, let me see if I can find him. Eric Dewey and Boogie. There we go. It's on IAG's website. He recently won just like a bunch of trophies for just being really fast in his class. But he has an exceptionally fast GC8. Basically, that's what he has. Let me see. I'm trying to pull him up here. But basically, the conversation that was happening was they were talking about the S209, and they were like, is it worth the money? And realistically, it is definitely worth the money because it is the literal best STI that you can buy. You can take an S209, you can enter any class racing, unmodified, stock car in that class, and if there are turns, you will just have the best car there. Like if you are an exceptional driver, you will have the best car. So this is Dewey's car. Let me make sure. Am I even sharing all this stuff? Yeah, I am. So this is Dewey's car. It is a crazy 600 some horsepower, incredible monster machine. And it is just wild. If you don't know who Dewey is, you need to go find him. You need to find him on Facebook. Find him on IAG's Facebook. He does post his Discord link every week. You should join and listen to his podcast because he has great information. And usually, my favorite part is like the arguments end up happening. You know, like what's better, what's not better, and I love shit like that. So I usually will go in just to listen for that. But if you don't, I'm telling you now, you want to start listening to this podcast. It's actually really good. And usually I don't even plug podcasts, but it's just a good one. I enjoy it. You know, I'm there every week now. Let me catch up on this. Pipe 2.0 says S29 is out of my budget, but in your opinion, what's the best STI based on looks and performance? Dude, for me, it's still gonna be a bug eye. I will always pick a bug eye over anything else. Reacts STI. This is. Oh, I meant to put 2002. I'm so used to putting 2022. This right here. This, even though this didn't actually come to America, I think the 2002 never came to America. It stayed on. It stayed in Japan, but it's still the best. I mean, this is what I would get, and I know it's not that hot shit, but to me, when I started watching World Rally Championship, what came out after the GC8 was this, and I instantly fell in love with how weird this car looked. Grant, you're talking about Prime Motoring did it, actually. Prime Motoring Instagram. I've actually been in talks with Prime Motoring. I don't know who it is that runs their Instagram, but I told them, I said, when you're done doing that swap or whatever, I want you to come on the channel because I want to know more about it. Now, where is it? Is this it? This is it. Yeah, right here. K24A has been on the weekend, blah, 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 blah. Is this it? 22. Yeah, this is it. The 2022 VB WRX in a Hawkeye. And it's done. It works. Like, it is an exceptional car. And it's like one of the body shapes that everybody loves with one of the engines now that everybody loves. And I don't know how they did it, but they've done this. I'm actually still waiting on. Can you bring it to a dealership for an oil change with a GoPro? I asked them to come to the channel, and I actually asked JR to come to the channel because I want to know what they did and how they had to do that and what concessions they had to make, if they had to make anything. There is actually a shop down in Florida that is doing an FA24 swap to an FA20, just straight. And it's even using like the 20... I can't remember exactly which wiring harness they use, but they got it all wired up and it works perfectly. So these swaps are happening. Like it is actually happening, and they're getting to the point where you're going to see more and more people doing that, especially when like somebody with a VA, blows their engine. Like, what reason would you have to put another FA20 in there? Or even if you have an old engine like this, if you got like an old EJ and you already were like running equal length headers and you're like, you know what, I'm just going to do something new. And if you're going to spend like, 10 to 15 grand, just throw an FA24 in there and then do all the rest of the things. Like it seems like even buying a stock block, a stock FA24 is better in the long run than buying maybe an aftermarket open deck engine, right? Like, does that make sense? Because like, how much is okay? Look, I should just keep this on the screen right here. So let's see, FA24 OEM block price. Let's see how much this is. Look at that, an OEM FA24 block is $2,100. Why you would get anything else at this point makes no sense, right? You wouldn't want to get anything else if you're going to fix your WRX. So like, let's see, FA24 heads OEM. How much are the heads? I should put DIT. That is important to know. I guess you would have to find cylinder head 500. Oh yeah, look at that, $500. So like for Type A short block is, but I would say that I probably still get an FA24 over a Type RA. That's so like now I see. This is where like I wish Dewey was here or like somebody else was here that knows a bit more about like EJs. And the problem is like they don't know enough about like FA24s, and I don't know enough about like EJs. What is? Oh man, that's actually okay. That wouldn't work. So the Type RA wouldn't work if you had an FA20, right? If you had a VAWRX, that's not going to work. Now, if you have any other EJ, okay, I can see that making sense. You get a Type RA block in an old EJ to replace that. So I guess for us, the FA24 is now the Type RA block for the VAWRX. Because then there would be like mod for mod, and it would be like equal parts. Like it's one FA for another FA, and that's one EJ for another EJ. What's going on here? My mistake. I opened my Facebook, and I'm just getting like so many messages. I'm not following that. Yeah, I think for FAs, you just get how much for a complete FA24 from Total, maybe. So okay, I mean it's from right here. You're getting a short block for $21.58, and then heads are $500 a piece. So for $3,000, for almost like $3,200, you're getting a long block. I think FA24 long block. Like, let's see, does anybody sell FA24 DIT long block? I wonder IAG is, because IAG does have, let's see how much their closed deck is right now. Because I know that he's been working on, not he, but like they've been working on the FA24 block, and it is in their car. FA24S short blocks. Yeah, that's just the stock one. Same, that's all the 2550S. So like they don't have the stock up there yet. But I mean, this is the building is not my game. I don't know enough about it, and that's what I've been trying to learn. If FA24 is eBay out of rate. Oh yes, let's look at eBay. Let's look at eBay. FA24. That's where I'm going to be selling my transmission. Oh, look at that. Oh, dude, it's out of... Yeah, look at that, yeah. Out of an Ascent. About $3,500 for everything. Does that come with axles? Does it come with, like, 2 random axles in the transmission? What? No way. Does it say 15,000 miles? Bro, 15,000 miles is like nothing on that engine. That is really good. That is actually quite good. Every 24 liters. So if it's coming from a Subaru WRX, they're charging more. So like, well, that's really expensive. $5,400 for that. That's a big no. This 3,500. That's a pretty good deal. And it says OBO. That's not bad. OBO. So I can offer this guy $3,000 or like $2,500, and he might take it. That's not a bad deal. Yo, who's got $3,500? Somebody send me $3,500 right now, and I'll buy this engine. This is the one, because like another thing that I really want to do is I want to somehow take the engine out of my car and then put it back in by myself. I think I can take it out. I think that I am capable, and I have enough understanding now after being under the hood this many times. I feel like I could take it out. My concern is that I'll take it out and I will sit there all night and not be able to put it back in, and then I'm just going to be stuck with an engine in a car. Grant says, pretty sure the Ascent motor is actually a little different than the WRX engine. Oh, you know what? Let's find out. Let's see. 2021 Ascent engine. I think both the engine codes are. Oh, hold on a second. What are you doing?
I have a question.
Yeah.
On your VP, you go.
Before you answer anything, I am live streaming. I'm on YouTube right now.
I don't want to give away my secret.
Oh, don't give away the secrets. Let me mute these guys. They don't get to hear anything.
YouTube live stream?
Yeah, I'm on right now.
Oh, I'm gonna go watch.
All right, come on down.
All done.
All right, I'll call you after.
Let me see. All right.
You hear me? I'll call you after.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, we have a special guest joining. We got a special guest joining. You guys are gonna see here in a few minutes. Let me catch up on chat while this happens. Well, you know what? This is actually a great time because. Sorry for crashing, Tanner. I wasn't gonna say anything, but I wanted you to make sure you knew that, so you didn't drop any juicy bits, and then let everybody know what's going on. Oh, that's what I was gonna do. I was gonna find out if the Ascent engine was the same. That's what we're gonna do. 2022 Ascent engine wiki. It brings me back to the same one. So let's see. It features. It was the FA. The FA24F is the turbocharged one, is it not? Because there's only two. There's the D that went into the see. There's the D that went into the BRZ, and then there's the F. Yeah, exactly. FA24. No, that's wait. Hold up. Here we go. They put this shit in everything. It is literally the same one. See, it is the same one in the 2019 Ascent. It was in the Outback. They put it in the Legacy for some reason, and it is in the WRX. Wait, does it say Legacy anymore? Yeah, Legacy XT, which I still actually need to go down to my dealership and actually drive the Legacy because I want to know how that thing felt. Because my wife drove the Outback XT, and she said it was amazing. She said it felt like being in my car when I got it, which that thing is still like 3,700 pounds. But I know it makes like more torque. Yeah, so look, it makes less horsepower, but it makes more torque for some reason. Like, why a Subaru B58? What the? Hold on, here we go. Let me catch up to this. Matthew Wine. No way, take my advice. Spend the money on a decent engine hoist. Finding out you don't have enough. Dude, I wasn't even gonna use an engine. I don't know what I would do. Like, I have a buddy who has a shop just down the street. And what I was gonna do was I was just gonna ask him to let me borrow some things, like an engine pulling thingy, and just like a couple of other tools. I feel like I have all of the tools to undo it, but I don't have the engine hoist. And I was just gonna borrow one from him. And they do like muscle cars and like big engines. So like I'm sure that thing will support, a tiny 2.4 liter engine. Let me catch up. What else is going on? You think is right? Internals are a bit different. Are they? I don't know. Grant, you're gonna have to go to work and find out for us because is it because of the CVT? Because I know that. So all of these cars that have the FA24 make less horsepower, make more torque. Grant, find out why that is. I made a video back. There was an Ascent knocking while I was working on the Mustang. Dude, okay, so I don't know if you guys know, but my local Subaru shop, Ecotech, they were actually supposed to be putting a 6-speed. They were doing a 6-speed swap on an FA24 Ascent. Imagine how awesome that would have been. But for whatever reason, I don't know if like the guy backed out or what happened, and it just they ended up just not doing it for some reason. And I was really excited to see that because the WRX had already come out, and that Ascent was from, I think, like 2020. But obviously it had like the FA24 in there. But like, imagine, the reason why I love all these cars is like, when my wife told me to get a car, it had to be, we knew we were going to have a kid. So you need to have something safe. What is safer than a 6-speed swapped Ascent, right? You have all of the creature comforts of the Ascent, and you have all of the fun of the 6-speed swap. I think it was just going to be like another WRX swap. It wasn't even, I don't think it was going to be like an STI transmission, but I think they ended up, I'm trying to remember, I think they ended up not doing it because of ECU issues, I think. And then so they all like backed out, or they were going to be able to do it, but it was going to be way too much money. And this was this dude's family. It was the family car. I think it was like his wife's Ascent. And he was going to 6-speed swap it with like a standalone ECU. And that would have been such an awesome car. There was word back they were trying to come up with. Yeah, actually, Cobb does have. Man, I don't even know why I undo this thing because okay, so Cobb actually does have tuning for the Ascent. I want to say, yeah. The 2021 Ascent, you can actually get a tune for the 2021 Ascent, and you can get a, I'm pretty sure they have a, I thought they had a top mount upgrade. I could have swore they had it, but look at this. Look at these massive power gains, dude. Look at this. Your Ascent can be tuned. It's going from, where is the, it's like 240 to maybe like, no, I think that's more like 220 if this chart is to be believed. This may be like 220 to like 260 wheel. That's actually pretty awesome. Dude, apparently they say it was fine. They, oh shit, I closed it. Dude, what happened to, like where the hell did reopen tab go? That's so stupid that they took that shit away. I've been like trying to find it for forever, and I saw that they took it away. Now, I asked them about who had. I know they had an intercooler. I thought it was. Here we go. Ascent 3. Yeah, you could do that on the Ascent. They're claiming like a lot of horsepower, but that's opens. Yeah, where did it go? Where did open last tab go? Because it used to be right here when I right click, and now I don't have. I only have close of the tab, move to the window. I don't have open last tab. It used to be just in that. It feels different. Compressive tuning. Andrew says, my sister has a 29 Ascent, also feels different. Compressive tuning. I don't know. What does that mean? MCM in Australia have done a 6-speed swap in a wagon. Yeah, I saw that. That was actually pretty cool. But they swapped it with like a different engine. It wasn't like, oh no, that was the one. Oh, I'm thinking when they did like the 6-cylinder swap, because they did that in a wagon too, didn't they? Click on empty space. Oh my god. Oh my god. Thank you. Thank you, Scampy Lover. Yeah. I don't know why I was clicking this and it just wasn't working. But yes, they did two things. They did the STI swap on the Lavorg, and they did a 6-cylinder swap. 6-cylinder swap. Am I going to be able to pull it up right away? No. T60 big block. Engine swap. Maybe that's what it was. No, I don't know if that's what it was. But I remember watching it. Dude, I used to watch Mighty Car Mods like religiously when they first came out, and they were doing like, I don't know how long you guys watch it, but like I watched it when they had the two Miatas that they did like a turbo and a supercharged Miata. And then before that, they did the Mini, which was awesome. Before that, they got the key car, whatever key car they got, and then they cut the cars in half, and then they welded them together. That was awesome. And then when they had T-Drifty, and then they had like the Top Gear, it was like Mighty Car Mods versus some American car show, and they made the Subaru, which was a freaking amazing. Yeah, Tanner, they used the EZ36 and EZ30. Let me see. Let me pull that back. Now I want to pull up because I remember on their page, they were talking about, I don't know if it was their page or your page, it came up. And I think you had said that the engine that you got was a lot harder to tune, or it was like older, and the one that they got was much, much newer, so it was easier for them to do whatever it is they needed to do. And I can't remember where that conversation happened, but I remember reading that when you were doing your car. And when they did theirs, let me see if I can find them. Mighty Car Mods. I could not type today. It is just a shit show. I actually never watched this series for this build at all. But there's from the mid '90s. Which car was it that yours came out of? Was yours from yours was from a was it SVX? SXV? I can never remember. SVX. And there was theirs from like a Tribeca? Speaking of, oh my god. Speaking of, tell me what you guys think about this car. Is this not the most beautiful car you have ever seen in your life? Tell me, is this not the best car Subaru has ever made? The Subaru Tribeca. And now compare this to the greatest of all time, the Pontiac Aztek. Oh my god. Look at these two beautiful cars. Bro, they were on something when they were building these two things. The fly. Dude, I remember when I saw this car, I was like, oh, I kind of like that. Oh, let's see. Those most entirely different engines. Think of it like the EG33 is to the EJ, while the EZ series is heavy beast with solid tune. EZ30 is very compact block, a little weaker. Man, there's so many engines I don't know about. I gotta learn. The Flying V. What do you call the Flying V? You call the Tribeca the Flying V? Dude, it is these two cars. Okay, like I had to work on one, and oh my god, the customer had a muffler delete too. It was, oh, dude, a muffler delete on a Tribeca. Okay, like real talk though. When I was a kid and I would see these two cars driving on the road, like in, wherever I was, these were like ridiculous looking. Actually, I didn't think the Tribeca looked that bad. It looked like a pretty normal car. But this thing, when I saw this monstrosity, I was like, get this the hell out of here. This is trash. This is probably up there with Nissan Murano convertible. If you haven't seen that, look at this crap. Murano convertible. Dude, I don't even know what the hell they were thinking when they made this thing. Look at this. Why? Who was this for? Who did they make this piece of shit for? Like, I've seen one of these on the road. Like, a crossover cabriolet. Nobody did it then, and nobody has done it since because it was a trash idea. Oh, you're saying this looks like a... It looks like a Hawkeye. Look at this. Oh, Hawkeye. Oh my god. Is this really it? This what we're gonna say? Let me put this side by side. Oh, a YouTube video. What the hell? This is it, guys. What do you think? Is this it? Is this really the Hawkeye SUV? This is the Hawkeye STI for the guys who weren't allowed to buy a Hawkeye STI back in the day. They had to get the Tribeca. And to be Michael Scott would drive that. Wait, what would he drive? Would Michael Scott drive the Tribeca, or would he drive the Aztek? Because I feel like he would drive the Murano. Tanner, is the convertible Murano your dream car? Specifically in this, like, what color would you call this? Like, Magic Dragon green? Dude, realistically, if I had infinite amount of money, I would buy every shitty car there is in the world, and I would go to every car meet in one of those shitty cars. Because, like, the fun of having a car, sometimes to me, the fun of having some cars is not the driving. It's the experience and the things that people say when you show up with them. Like, what did Edward say? Yeah, show up with... Dead serious, you have a Hawkeye. Like, shitty cars like the car that Urkel had. What was Steve Urkel's car? Urkel's car. This BMW Isetta. I did not even know that's what that thing was called. Like, I would want one of these because of how ridiculous they look. And I would show up to a car meet with that. Just beep, 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 beep. Here I am, guys. They're so awesome. Like, it is such a weird looking thing, but you will never see it anywhere else, right? Exactly. It's so, this, the Robin car, the one that flips over, the Reliant Robin, hilarious, fun to have. Dude, okay, I know what car that is. That's, I just saw it the other day. Subaru 600? Is it this? No, it's older than this. It is older than this. This Subaru 300. It's funny because this probably, yeah, this is what you guys have at the dealership. Let me pull up a better picture for it. Subaru 300. I don't know if this is the only like decent picture I'm able to find. So if you guys don't know what this is, I don't know. Oh, is that what it's called? It's a 360, Tanner? A Subaru 360? So there is one of these parked at our dealership where I got my car and where that black hatch, that's where he works. And this is there. And I always wondered what the hell it is. I've never seen one in my life, ever. And it's parked there. And I wonder, does it actually run? Dude, who owns that? Is it just like, does the dealership just own it? Or is that somebody's car? Let me see. Now that I know what it's called, Subaru 360. Oh my God, look at this thing, dude. It's so happy. It has such a happy face. Like, haha, I won't blow up, guys. I'm just here for fun. Bro, that's actually pretty cool. A 2-stroke 356cc engine, air-cooled. And it weighs less than 1,000 pounds. That is a tiny car. Over the course of its production line, early cars made 16 horsepower, later upgraded to 25 and then 30. Bro, 30, that's where the 360 gets its name from, is 36 horsepower. Who is the owner of the dealership? Is it Ryan? Because I've actually reached out to them a few times. This is when Jason still worked there. I would ask them if they wanted to do like a collaboration or something, because I've been wanting to test drive some of their regular cars. And, you know, unfortunately, Jason gone, so I got nobody else to talk to. I heard like it's Ryan Blankenship or something like that. And I think I have a friend who knows him, I think. I have another friend actually so Dean Team in Subaru, Dean Team's wife, and her and I, we used to work together. And I've been thinking about reaching out to them to see if like they'll let me just use some of their cars, because they have cars I still need to try. You look up the Justy. Is that also Subaru? Subaru Justy, dude, that looks like my old Corolla, actually. Dude, that looks awfully lot like my old Corolla. Look at this. Not my old Corolla. Oh my God, I lost it. I got too many pages. Here we go. All right, so let me do 1988 Corolla X. Check this thing out. We're gonna go back to the Justy, but I pulled it up, and this is what it reminded me of. Like, it looks so much like that, or like another Suzuki Swift. No, it needs to be like an 80s. 1980 Suzuki. Yes. There we go. Now we're getting into the and like, to be honest, these are actually really good cars. Like, these are really, so my parents bought one of these, an 88 Corolla FX, brand new in 1988. It lasted until 2002. Actually, it was this color exactly. And I have home videos of us putting 9 people in this car, this 2-door car. It was 5-speed, and it was amazing. Let me pull this up. That Subaru XT. Yeah, actually, I didn't even know what a Subaru XT was until Tanner, until you came to the channel and told me about it. I had never even heard of this car. That thing looks futuristic as all hell. Look at this. Look, what is this? What? Bro, Subaru is no stranger to weird shit. Like anybody who ever says, it doesn't make sense what Subaru is doing. You look at this. This tells you everything you need to know. Look at that shifter. Like that is a weird looking shifter too. All these buttons. This is some space age. Look at that. That is wow. That is something else. That really is. I wonder how much these are going for. 4-wheel drive turbo XT, man. Oh, here's a right-hand drive. Man, this looks like Rad Racer. I wonder if they have a video of it working. Subaru XT dash. Let's see. Have it. Oh, we got to pay these people money. Anyway, the shifter, it looks really weird, but it is so unique looking. A lot of those like dashes from like the 90s were so cool because they had digital stuff. Here we go. Let's see. Oh man, is it just like a picture? This video is just a picture of these bastards. Well, here's a close up of the dash. That is, dude. What is? Oh, what is got a 4-wheel drive button? What? Tanner, what is it? Is it front wheel drive with a switching button? I gotta find more clips of this. Wow, that is amazing. Okay, let me see if I can find another video of the dash working. Here we go. Here's somebody actually in it. 1986. It looks like he's parked. He's not doing anything. I need somebody driving this car. I need to see it drive. What? Huh? What in the world is this? DMC? Oh, this is some dude doing some stuff. Come on. There we go. Dude, that... Oh, it's the RPM. No way, dude. Look at that. The RPM comes towards you. And that's the turbo. Oh my god. That is actually really, really cool. Was it the Hoonigan? Which one? Was it the Jim Con or the Family Hulkster? Jeremy? Is that the one that they put that in? That is actually really cool. My boy needs some gas, though. What is... Oh. Okay, so that's RPM. So you have a digital RPM that's just the first two digits. And, oh, man, dude, that is actually really cool. Wow. I would not have looked that up. Let me see. Let me see if we can find the, let's see if they have the dash. Oh, that's definitely not it. Oh my god, what am I doing? Travis Pastrana. Do they have the Hulkster? Huckster. It's Huckster. I always wondered if it was Hulkster or Huckster. Dash. Dude, automatic seatbelts. Auto seatbelts in 90s and 80s cars were some of the coolest thing. I don't know if they'll have the dash. Oh, there it is. It was right there. Oh man. Okay, if you guys don't know, when I was down in SubiFest, I actually got a chance to ride in the Family Huckster with Travis Pastrana, and it was incredible. It was such an awesome experience. There it is. Yes, they did. Look at that. It is very similar. I wonder if they have it. I wonder if they have anywhere where they have it going in motion. No, it's just a walk around. See, my man's talking. Oh, I mean, yeah. I mean, it's considerably more advanced on there. Mukhtar, man, what's going on? Welcome. Good morning. Where are you at, bro? Are you in Asia somewhere? I love the amber, dude. It screams 80s. Wonder who that guy is. Anybody have it running? No, when I was in that car, I didn't have time to think. I did not have time to think about what his dash looked like. I do remember seeing it. There was a lot of cars. Actually, I remember my best friend had an Oldsmobile, and he had automatic seat belts that did choke people. But I mean, most of the times we just had it unhooked. If they if they offer that UI for the VB infotainment, I'd happily pay for it. I feel like somebody could probably do it. Somebody could probably make that happen, right? We have a lot of engineers out here that can do this shit. Tally Jimmy, how's it going, man? No, Nomato says next project. Yeah, wait, my next project? Building one of these things, bro? I can't even build an RC car. Okay, we're going back to this car didn't get enough attention. I wanted to look at this. So the Subaru Justy, what is all subcombat hatch sold by since 1984 from 84 to 94. I'm sure I seen this car at some point. It's front wheel drive and 4-wheel drive. EF10, EF12, 5-speed manual, bro. That's where it was, man. Look at that. Oh, what in the world? A Tutto? Oh, what? Subaru Tutto. Yeah, that's okay. I was gonna say the funny thing about like Pakistan is we have so many cars in Pakistan, like good cars that obviously don't make it to America because they actually come straight from China or straight from Japan. We actually get right-hand drive JDM cars in Pakistan. So a lot of the stuff that doesn't make it to us ends up, or when I say us, make it to America, ends up in Japan. And a lot of these cars, like this Tutto, I bet you we had this in Pakistan. We had like a lot of weird tiny cars in Pakistan. Like it would be cars this size. Just like this. It would be like a tiny, tiny subcompact car with 4 doors. And somehow you'd get a lot of people in that car. Jimmy says, my aunt had a Plymouth Laser with auto belts. Finger. Yeah, dude. Aces High Hobbies, what's up, man? Been digging your videos. Thank you so much, man. Hey, I'm glad that you got one in orange. I know some people have trouble with orange, but I think orange was one of the best colors that they added to the car. I was actually confused. I was hoping that they add the orange, but also that they add the matte military green that Subaru has. If you haven't seen that color, I don't know, is it Outbacks? Matte green factory color. I was surprised that they didn't add this color. Like, how cool would it have been to be able to get this green on a VB? Think about all the military builds you could have made with that. I think it would have been really cool because I think that is a really cool color to have on a car, especially considering it comes from the factory. Inland, that's why you buy RTR. What is that? Oh, is it RTR ready to run race cars? Dude, I have actually never, in my life, I've never owned an RC car or a RC car that wasn't the shitty RC car. If you remember back then, there was 2 types of RC cars. There's the ones that were, turn left to right, back and forth, and they were really good, and they were fast. Then there was the ones where, I guess there's 3 now. There was also the ones we had the controls where it was kind of like a gun, and you could like twirl the sticky thingy left and right. And the third kind was the kind that I had where the car went straight, and the only way the car turned was if you put it in reverse, and then it only turned one direction. Those are the type of RC cars I had in my life. I've actually never owned a cool RC car. Actually, you know what? A buddy of mine, I can show you guys. You guys actually see this in the back of my videos all the time, but you actually never get to see this car in person. A buddy of mine actually gave me this for my birthday. I, until recently, thought that this was an RC car because I was going to be like, oh, it's an RC car. And I realize now that it is not an RC car. It's a show car. No, Also a show car. I will eventually get some RC cars because I think they're a lot of fun. Yeah, my uncle had one. He had a really fast one that he used to take out. It was like an off-road one. It wasn't like a truck, but it had like meaty off-road tires and like suspension, so that thing would bounce all over the place. I think I would like to get one. I would like to get, surprise, surprise, I would like to get a Subaru RC car. Dude, that would be $499. Is this RC? Using Burns. It's a, yes, it is. Oh, it is an RC car. Oh, dude. That's it. That's the one. If I get an RC car, it's going to be one of these. So I've had RC helicopters, tons of them. RC boats. And I think just that. I think it's RC helicopters and boats. I don't know why. Maybe it's in my blood that I have to get things that fly. But this is something, dude, that's really expensive. I cannot pay $500 for a toy right now. It would not end for me in my house if I did that. Now, if they got something less expensive, like look at this guy. Oh no, that's also $400. What about this one? This is $130. What the hell? That's weird. Is this an RC car? Whoa, look at those brakes. Oh, look at these. Slotted. Interesting. This is only $130. This is far more affordable. Oh, dude, look at that suspension. Dude, that's actually pretty damn cool. Oh, I might be selling some things to get one of these. I cannot spend money on anything right now. Like we have just way too much going on in my personal life to be buying cool ass toys like this. But damn, do I want it? Is this also an RC car? It is. It's a 4-wheel drive kit car. Dude, look at that. Wow. That actually looks badass. That's actually pretty big. If I got one, it would for sure be, it would have to be an off-road build. It's not going to go. It's actually not that expensive either. How much was it? 130, 125. All right, Grant, this is it. This is the one we're getting. Because that's a pretty cool looking car. Wow. What is it that you have? Oh, you got a couple of crawlers and a street nitro car. Is that electric? Because aren't the nitro cars the ones that you put nitro in, add to cart? Yeah, right. I mean, I could add it to cart. It doesn't hurt anything to add it to cart. My wife does it all the time. Every time I go to our Amazon cart, there's always 10, 20 things in there, and I'm like, can't buy any of this. I'm actually trying to hear. I'm supposed to be going to bed, but my wife and my daughter are still awake. Oh, dude. We ain't racing. Dude, I don't race anything to lose. Like, if I know I can lose it, I'm not doing it. But here, I'll send you the link. Here, I'll put it in the chat. If you guys want to buy, hey, you know what? My birthday's coming up in August. Somebody wants to buy something? Send me this. Let me send this. Here, I'll send it to you on Facebook. Cindy. To be honest, though, that bug eye looked amazing, though. But $500? That's really, really. It's 1/8. That's pretty big. How big is? Did it say dimensions? Doesn't say dimensions on there. I don't know. I thought it would have dimensions on there, but it doesn't. But that Hawkeye. Oh my god. You know what? That's it. I would spend $500 on an RC car if they made one for the Tribeca. Let's see. Do they make a Tribeca RC car? Tribeca RC. Dude, if they make an RC, There's no way they make a Tribeca RC car. They don't. I was about to have to spend $500 on a Tribeca. Where did you guys go? Where's the chat going? I lost my chat. Is this chat? Not chat. Where'd the chat go? Where did you guys go? I lost you guys. I think I closed you guys. Let me pop you back open. There we go. I don't know what happened. 1/10 scale. So that one was 1/10, right? The one I sent you was 1/10. And then the bug eye was 1/8. So it's a little bit bigger. Joke Mania says, my wife and I purchased a 2024 Forester. Do you think we lucked out by not having wait for the Ford Explorer? Oh my god. Have you okay, if you guys haven't seen this, let's talk about this. If you guys haven't seen the Forester, okay, this is the 2020 Forester. I think, Joke Mania, I think you did a good job. I think this Forester looks really good. I like it. Okay. If you haven't seen what the 2020, I think they're saying the 2025 Forester is what they're saying. It is, oh man, I don't know, man. I guess it's not the worst thing in the world, but it's not the best thing in the world. I can't click on these pictures. So that's what's happening. It's changing. And I don't know if it's changing for the better, right? I don't think there's any other change to it besides exterior, right? Yeah, the inside is just going to look like every other car, or supercar. But I think the Forester already looks like that on the inside, doesn't it? No, it doesn't. Oh, I see. Oh, it still runs the old dash. I didn't know that. That's interesting. So now they're basically like putting everything. Is everything going on the global platform? And so everything looks like that on the inside? Really? Because I mean, so even the FA20 or FA24, oh my god, the 2025 Forester, even that whole thing, you still do have like some buttons for the air conditioning. Like there are some of those buttons do things. Let's see, 25 Forester interior. I don't even know why I'm typing so poorly. Is there a close-up of it? No. Nope, that's not it. I mean, it's the same dash as the 2022. Well, I put 2000. Wow. Interior. It's the same buttons. Oh, that's just too small. Like it has. You still have like some air conditioning controls on the sides. The Wilderness does. Wait, Jeremy, what does the Wilderness have? We look on. I feel like a lot of people probably if you're trying to buy a WRX or actually probably any Subaru, now is probably a better time than later because I think a lot of the prices are going to keep going up because if they're doing this new car, the Forester is going to go up. The Forester is actually not a bad deal. I think it's like if I had to pick between an Outback and a Forester, I'd probably get a Forester if it wasn't for the fact that the Forester actually still comes with. What is the engine in the Forester? It's not an FA. It's an EJ engine, isn't it? Right? Let's see, 23 Ford Forester engine. It is an EJ25 of some kind. Yeah. It's a 2.5 liter at 182 horsepower, which is not great. FB20? Is that what it's called? FB20? What the hell is an FB? What is that? Like I don't even know anything about that engine. Is that the same thing that comes in the Crosstrek? The NA Crosstrek? Oxygen friendly 2.0, 2.5 ledge, naturally aspirated variants. FB16, FB. Here it is. So FB16 DIT. Is this what came in the? What did this come in? First service turbocharger includes direct. It was in the Lavorg. Okay. FB20. And the Subaru Impreza and the Subaru XV. Oh, that's right, the XV. That was a thing too. Dude, that thing's been around for a while. Yeah, I mean, that's what it is. But that's I was so surprised that when they showed the 2025 Forester, they didn't put a new engine in it. Right? It still comes with the same engine. It does not come with an FA24, which if it had, it would be worth it to get that version over this year, because at least you'd get that better engine. But then that cost would go up, because I think that's the thing, because like the cost of a Forester, how much is it? It's under 40,000, isn't it? Let's see. Because we looked at, so we were actually going to get an Ascent. That was so my wife has a Volvo SUV, and it's getting a little long in the tooth, and maintenance on a Volvo is a considerably more expensive. And so I was trying to convince her to get a Subaru, because then I could do random stuff to it on my channel, and then like it would be like just another thing that I get to play around with. And I was trying to get her an Ascent, and then even the comparable Ascent that we were building was still going to be like $46,000. And then I tried to show her this, a Forester, and like they are not that bad price wise, but the problem is the engine sucks and driving one sucks. But then if you try to get an Outback XT to get a similar space, it's really expensive. Like the Outback that we ended up building was like 43. It was like 43 or 44,000, and like it's crazy how many specs these things. Yeah, so it's like it was going to be a Touring XT, or maybe it was an Onyx XT, and we added some parts. But still, this is really expensive, and it's nowhere near the same space as an Ascent. And I feel like it's better to just get an Ascent. There's the Ascent. Plus, if you haven't looked, the new Ascent looks really good. Oh, you have an Ascent Touring? It looks really good. I actually think it's not a bad SUV. And if I have to get one, we were gonna get the one with the. Do you have the captain's chairs in it? Because that's the one we were looking at, the ones with the captain. Because look at this, a base Ascent starts at 34. That's actually a really good price for a full size SUV that fits 8 people. Like if you have kids and you need something, this is a good option, right? Triple seating is really good. So we have it. I was considering it, because if we were saying that if we were going to get rid of the Volvo, so we have a Volvo XC90, if you don't know what that is. Volvo XC90, it is Volvo's SUV. It's a very nice car. Like it is a quality car, right? And my wife, she likes nice things, so we got this. The problem with this is a lot of maintenance is expensive on this car. I do most of it at home myself, like the things I can do. I actually need to do the spark plugs here in like the next 4,000 miles, and I've never even done spark plugs, so I'm actually going to be learning on this big ass car. But it's very expensive. Like the car itself is very expensive, and it's actually not even that great on gas. Like it's okay, right? And her reasoning was Volvo has so many safety features that cars in the old days actually didn't. Volvo was ahead of its time when it came to safety, so she's always associated safety with Volvo. But Volvo is now also associated with luxury like this. This is not a cheap car at all. But I'll put it this way. You can buy 2 base Ascents for the price of one of these. That's the price difference. And I find that crazy, because there's nothing wrong with the base Ascent. It is still a very good family vehicle. I don't know why the hell we talk about family cars. It is a really good family car, right? And it does come with an FA24. Yeah, it comes with like a CVT, but we drove it and it felt really good. Like it's not overly heavy. Like an Outback is like 3,700 pounds. I think this was like 4,100 pounds. Like it's actually not as heavy as I thought it would be. This thing is like 4,500 pounds or 4,600 pounds. And it comes with a 2-liter twin charged engine making like 295, and it sucks. It sucks really bad. Like if I had to use acceleration to save the family, there is none. You put the foot down and that thing goes nowhere. And I think it actually cuts off at like 105 or something like that. I think I drove it that fast one time. You got heated captain chairs. Yeah, that's the one that she was thinking about going for because it's easier. Because my daughter now is like hanging out with a lot of people, like a lot of friends, and so we tend to have other kids, and so having the captain chairs makes it easy, so we can just have the kids run. Reefy says, "Hey man, all-wheel drive Subaru, you know where and what it will do in front." Yeah, exactly, and that was the thing because a lot of the things that I'm doing for my WRX maintenance-wise, I would be able to transfer that knowledge to the Ascent, and I wouldn't have to worry about anybody else having to work on the cars. Right? It just makes it easier for me. It makes it easier for everybody in the house. And then yeah, I told her, I said, then you guys can come with me when we do like tours and go hanging out in the woods and stuff. I was telling her about how you can put a tent on top of these cars, and so she was like all about, going out camping with our daughter, and just taking her out into the woods. And I was like, I'll take my WRX when it's rally build, off road build. She can bring the Ascent, and we can have a lot of fun, in the woods, in the mountains. But the whole idea was we were trying to lower our monthly payment. And this still ended up, because of course, coming from a Volvo, she couldn't sit in a base Ascent, right? Volvo has a lot of features in it that are standard. So like we were still looking at, I think it was either the Onyx, the Onyx or the Touring, and look at that, we're back up to $47,000, right? And me personally, I'm like, I can live with a base car, like that's just how I am. I don't have a problem with that. Joe Bania, isn't it turbo and supercharged? Yes. The Volvo XC90, they say is twin charged, but it definitely doesn't feel like it. It feels like it's nothing charged. It feels like shit. Like I hate it. It's not that I hate it. I just wish that it had a lot more performance for the money that we paid for this car. And I tell you what, we ain't getting a lot of that money back. Like it ain't coming back. Luxury cars depreciate a lot. And if I can give you one advice as an adult who is purchasing a car and you think something looks really nice, I would stay away from luxury vehicles unless you're going to keep them forever. Because I have considered trying to sell this, and as of right now, it's a 2021. It is like at 50,000 miles, and it is worth less than half of what I paid. That is atrocious. That is absolutely terrible. Oh my God. I'm going to skip all these questions and go straight to this one. Dreamlike Lunch says, can you do a Duke Nukem heavy metal cover? Oh my God. Can I? I probably can. Is it that time? Is that time where I bust out the guitar and the bass? Oh, you know what? Some of you guys who haven't even seen this, for Christmas, I got my very first bass guitar. I've actually been using my buddy's bass guitar, and I've been getting a bass guitar from the library because I can check out instruments. So I actually just picked up a Jackson JS23, brand spanking new. Check this out. I will be writing the intro music to Dewey's podcast for IAG. How awesome is that? Looking for some intro music. I told him, I just randomly, I was like, hey, you know what? Maybe I'll just write you some shit. Like, why are you gonna pay somebody else? I'll just do it, And that's good for me because now I got, my intro is gonna be playing on his podcast forever. And I'm trying to make more industry friends, and I feel like this is the way to do it. Oh, let me fill you guys on two things. If you watch my last video about not the last one, the video before the New Year's video that I did when I was talking about the channel, all that stuff, and like what's happening this year, I had mentioned that I wanted to do more factory tours and more like behind the scenes stuff. So I have some news. 3 companies actually have confirmed that they're going to be doing it. 2 I can talk about right now. Cobb. I talked to Cobb Tuning, and I told them my whole plan, and they said yes. They said, you come down here, we'll take you everywhere, we'll show you everything, you can interview whoever you want, blah, blah, blah. That's in the bag. That's awesome. I don't know when that's going to happen, but I told them we're going to make it happen. The second one is I talked to Jeff Perrin. I asked him the same thing. He said yes. He said, show up, I'll show you everything I can. Of course, they got like some hidden whatever stuff, so I can't really talk about it, but the factory tours, it's going to happen. Dynamics is actually local to St. Louis. They already do factory tours, but I'm gonna try to do like more of like a more detailed one with them because they build pretty much everything, almost everything in house in St. Louis, which is why some of that stuff is a little bit more expensive. So if you look at bulbs that they sell or like lights that they sell, like the SS3s and stuff like that, it's like $80 to $100. They're really expensive, but they're all like hand built in St. Louis. That's why that shit's so expensive. Another one I've been talking about is Subaru actually has a factory in Indiana where they build, let me see, I think the Ascent, Outback, Crosstrek, and Legacy, I think. Subaru plant, Indiana. And Subaru of Indiana Automotive, is that it? Maybe? SIA? I don't know. Yeah, that's it. So I've been talking to a couple people that have worked there or work with Subaru that I met back when I was at SubiFest. And they told me that I can come down there and they also have a factory tour, but they have like some behind the scenes stuff that I can do. So I'm actually going to go down there as well. So it's going to be a lot of driving this year, just all over the place. And my goal is to do as much of that as possible because I love that stuff. Where did you guys go? There you go. I love stuff like that. It's amazing for me. Like I enjoy it myself, and I feel like people would enjoy seeing that behind the scenes stuff as well because like yeah, they build the American customer cars there. Yeah, it's like all the like I said, it's the Ascent, Outback, Crosstrek, and Legacy get built there. Which, you know what? That's still FA24 cars, right? We can still see how they put that shit together. That's going to be a lot of fun. Yeah, I mean, I feel like anybody can do it, right? I mean, they do have factory tours, but like, you know, when you can ask them to do like some of the behind the shit stuff, I feel like that they would be okay to do it. Let's see. Yeah, Jeremy, Dynamics is awesome. They had their full kit on my beer seat. Dude, they are really good. I think that's the one thing. Their customer service is really good as well. If you do pay them like $60 for something and like something happens, they're actually really good at taking care of it. And their product manager is actually, he lives in St. Louis, obviously, right? And he's a part of all our Subaru groups. So like he is a part of the community. And a lot of the guys over there are a part of the community because they just love that shit anyway. And he has an STI. He recently got married. He does all this stuff. You know, he was actually gonna donate a full FA20 block and heads and crank and pistons and everything to this channel just so I could take it apart for fun. But we just never got a chance to connect, and it just never happened. And what I ended up getting instead, I ended up getting this. This has nothing to do with. This is a piston, a busted ass piston from a Charger, from like a 2009 Charger RT, and I was asking people in the community if anybody had like just cool parts that I could put on my shelf in the back, and that's what I got. It's so dumb. I can't believe I even have that. Dream Like Lunch, is your STI transmission swap coming? Yes, it is. It is. Actually, I just talked to Ecotech this morning about it. So, Ecotech is absolutely amazing. Like, the things that they have done for me and that continue to do for me and just like how they treat me is unbelievable. They have a race STI that they have built that this guy spent like $90,000 or some crazy stupid number on, that they rebuilt and did all this stuff. They put all this money on there. They do all these things, and they have an STI's transmission in there. Well, this guy just backed out of the whole project and just wants his car back, doesn't want anything done with it. And so what they're doing is they're taking the STI transmission out of there. It's like, I think it's like a 2019 STI transmission with like 15,000 miles. They're taking it out of that, and they're putting it in my car, or they're holding it for my car. And from what I understand, we just need somebody to go take it out. So I told them it would be a fun experience if they let me come over there, which I will be doing. Like they're probably not gonna let me take it out, but when we put in the transmission in the new car, I will have a technician there with me. But Misha said that I can do the whole thing myself with their guidance, or just like kind of help them. So that's gonna be coming either the end of January or mid-February probably. I actually have a couple of vacations planned around that time, so I don't know how that's gonna work out, but it's soon. Within the next 2 months, I will have an STI transmission. Oh, dude, you're breaking the news here. Oh, you have to, dude, if you have random stuff, I will take anything. Actually, the box that I sent you, Tanner, is going to be there January 9th. Just take all the shit that you have, put it in that box, and send it back to me. I'll send you my address. I will take it. And yes, sadly, Tanner is selling his 23. Oh, Evan's going to lose another one. You just got it, too. You know what? To be honest, though, I am glad that dude, wait till you get that chair. You are going to love it. That's the chair I use. I actually considered, okay, I have 2 chairs. I considered originally sending one to Kevin Vo because if you see Kevin sits on a paint bucket, like an empty paint bucket every time he makes a video in front of his car. And I was like, damn. I messaged Kevin. I was, Kevin, don't you have a chair? And he's like, no, I don't. I said, okay. I said, let me think about it. I had to decide because then I saw a video of you sitting in front of your car, and you specifically said, I don't have anything to sit on. And you just were like hunched over. And I was like, who should I send this chair to? Because now I have to pick. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to send it to you because I feel like the chair is... can't even believe when I say this. The chair is sized more for you than it is for Kevin. I can't wait to see you sitting on it. It's gonna be so funny. You're gonna get that chair. Yes, I am sad that Tanner is selling his car, but a Civic Type R is just as, oh my god. I would get a Civic Type R. That would be freaking amazing. Let me catch up on these. That's awesome. I really want one for mine. I got Drugman Tune in my car. Now it's making me thirsty for more power. Yeah. I feel like that's the thing about like the VB. Like if you keep it in that daily power range, it's really good. But once you start wanting more, it's like most cars, it's going to cost you, right? And then you're going to be like, oh, well, now I have the transmission. Now I want more power. Then you're going to get a turbo kit. Then you're going to try to figure out how to deal with the fueling situation and still only make, 500 some horsepower or something. I don't know. I think that's probably like where most, well, you know what? We'll see. We'll see where Joey lands because Joey's finishing up his tuning with his VB, with the ETS power kit. What did he do? Did he get a G3900? Hold on. Let's go see because I was watching this video just this morning and he did a G3900. So he's going to be making like some big power soon, but he already has an STI swap. So we'll see how long his engine lasts. That's going to be the real question because I've been talking to him about it, but I ain't got that turbo kit kind of money. Oh man, debating it. Said so in last. Oh, don't get rid of it. Yeah, it's okay though. It makes sense though. I understand because like for Tanner, his cars have to just be like just ass spankingly good, and the VB, it's awesome, but it's just not there yet. There's still so much development that needs to happen on that VB before it can get to the point where it can be like those STIs. It definitely can't be like one of Josh's cars. Those cars are ridiculous, but it's still a lot of fun for a daily. Casey, see now you guys are talking about more engines that I don't know anything about. We just talked about. Oh look, Jordan's here. We just talked about this too. What did we talk about, Jordan? What did we talk about? Don't do a BRZ. Tanner did I never watched. I remember, actually, you know what? The only BRZ video that I watched of Tanner's was when he was doing the string alignment because I was trying to do the string alignment on my car and I did such a terrible job. Such a terrible job of that. Civic Type R, dude, I know. And you know what's funny is like I've been trying to race a Civic Type R and every single time I see a Civic Type R on the road, I'm in my wife's car. Every single time. I've seen 6 of them around St. Louis, and every time I'm in the SUV, and I can't even do it. I can't even race. In terms of port injection, you need to spend a good chunk of... Yeah, that's the problem. Okay, so Rick Wilson of DRP Tuning has been doing a lot of work on his VB with alternate fueling, and I remember I talked to him down in SubiFest. And he's saying, I mean, there are things coming. So, maybe in like, I'd say, maybe another year? Yeah, Rick does have a Motec. Yes, this is true. Rick does have a Motec, right? But like, I mean, just get a Motec. You know what? Just sell it. Sell another kidney. Actually, I think that's what I'm gonna do, bro. I think I need to sell a kidney to get so many of the things that I want out of this. I think slowly but surely. I think slowly but surely I will eventually do something. But like this year, I'm gonna be doing a lot more racing. Like I say that as if I already haven't done a lot of racing last year, but like my goal this year is to do more sanctioned racing, like more autocross and more rallycross. That's gonna be the first thing. It's gonna be so much more rallycross. That's gonna happen. So I kind of need the car. I need the car to not blow up. So I'm okay with the power being a little bit low, so that it can last much longer. And that's what I was telling Joey, because Joey's like, "Are you gonna buy a turbo kit?" And I'm like, probably not. I know Perrin is working on a turbo kit right now, and I told him, I said, if you get a smaller turbo, like a smaller turbo that I can deal with, where I don't have to go super crazy on it and still get decent gains. Like if I can get like mid 400s, more than enough. And even then, I probably would just turn it back so it's a little bit more efficient and not have to use all of it. They have so much. See, the thing about the potential is like I'm not that guy yet, right? All of this is so new to me, right? That when I think about what I'm building, I think about when I say building, you know, like what am I copy pasting to my car? I think about how I use it. And if I build something, or if I get somebody to build something, or I spend like $6,000-7,000 on this car just to make it more power, and I use it the way that I use it, and 3 months down the line it does break, my finances are set up a little bit. See the way, as Kevin Hart would say, the way my checking account and my savings account is set up is, see, I can't move money from one account to the other because the other account doesn't have any money. So I have to really think about what I'm doing. And even though right now I push the living hell out of this car all of the time, it's mainly for the race videos, but even then I know that it can last, because the way I see it is Subaru put that FA24 on the Nürburgring for 24 hours at 380 horsepower and 430 pound-foot torque. And it did fantastic. It ran. I mean, if they didn't run into the wall and bust an axle, it was going to win in this class. So I'm making almost the exact same power. I make 385 horsepower and 424 torque. So I know that nothing's going to happen to it with the power that it's at. So I don't know. I guess we'll just have to wait and see what happens. Yeah, R&D will slow and eventually stop, but I feel like it hasn't even really started for us yet, for the VB people. But even if it does stop, you know, I'll just get the the hybrid STI. Maybe I'll just drop the VB, get the hybrid STI. I'll be shoving Duracells into my STI to make it faster. You know, there's the future. The future hasn't happened yet. So the Subaru STI 2028 Subaru STI, STE, or whatever the hell it's going to be. I don't care what it is. I'm getting it. I have waited too long for an STI, and I'm going to get one. Bro, you know what? Even if they go hybrid STI, I don't think they'll ever beat. Subaru's gonna find a way to make the slowest hybrid out of all of the cars. Like let's say, for argument's sake, Subaru today does it. Subaru's like, all right, we're gonna build a hybrid STI. Okay, fine. We can't stop them. They're gonna do whatever they want, right? They build it, and it comes out, and it is the most Subaru thing that they could have possibly done. Terrible infotainment system, smallest hybrid engine possible, 5-mile range on full electric, just it's terrible. And that's kind of how I feel like it's going to happen. That's what we're going to get. And you know what? I'll take it. I don't care. I'll take it. You know, I feel like I love new things and I love new technology. That's the technician in me. That's the IT side of me. Is every time there's something new, I love it. Thankfully in the tech world, there's always substantial gains. Sometimes the gains are smaller, but there's always something new. There's always something fun to have. So, you know, we'll just have to wait and see. Anyways, what's up with the Linkin Park on the new guitar? I don't know, man. I don't know. There we go. From a business perspective, it's not worth it. 6,000 minimum for SCS swap, 8,000 for a Motec. Recording sensors, 25 software. Yeah, it's true. It's true. But remember, Tanner, that's business. But what you're doing with it comes from the heart. Right here. This is what you're driving it with. You can't look at money, right? Money, you'll make more money. Just, look, you don't need 2 testicles, you don't need 2 eyes, and you don't need 2 kidneys. That's money in the bank. That's the way I see it. Anyway, I don't know. Let's see. Like, I can hear that's my wife. That's my wife showering. That means that's my cue to get out of here. So I'm gonna wrap this up. This has been fun. Almost to 2 hours. I try not to make these so long because some people tell me that they they stay up too late for these things, and sometimes I stay up too late for these things. So what is it? What did you say? You say, give me the lead where you selling these things, bro. You gotta come with me to some of these back alleys, man. We'll make some money, right? Anyway, hey, thank you all for even stopping by. I know that I throw out these like live streams like pretty randomly. I'm gonna try to be a little bit more consistent because I just like talking to people. And that's what it is. That's really all it is. I just like talking to people. So if you guys enjoy these live streams, always stop by. I will always talk to you. And sorry, Reefy, we'll have to wait for the music until next time. But the track that I'm making for Dewey, for his podcast, I will share it with you guys as well. And actually, I'll probably use it on my channel at least a few times because I do need to write more music. And I've been really slacking. I've been using like the same 7 tracks all year long, all last year. And my goal this year is 7 or 8 more songs to use on the channel. And I was actually considering I might even write an album and just release it to you guys for some of you guys who actually like metal. So that's my other fun thing. Anyway, thank you for coming. Be safe. And I will see you when I see you next. Take care, guys.